Hotep Senuhena Senut E Tiren Ishakan Bukemet. I hope you're doing well. Let me check the sound. Hotep Senuhena Senut E Tiren Ishakan Bukemet. I hope you're doing well. Let me check the sound. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? I tried the live stream. It was early in the morning, and I guess I should from now on try to live stream when it's afternoon or evening time. There's a few early birds sometimes, however. Now, I'm really expecting participation. You can do that in the chat, or you can do that using the invite link so you can join the panel directly. I must say straight away that I need a few more people for that Meadow Nature class. I'm kind of halfway through for the amount of participants that I am looking forward to. So definitely feel free. And if you have questions about the hieroglyphic or the Meadow Nature or anything at all, then feel free. You might have some questions or comments you want to talk about, current events you want to talk about, past events, then feel free. I mean, I could really spit. I could really freestyle, but I prefer the interaction. I prefer to know what's on your mind. So let's have this exchange and see what's good. Because really, over the years, I feel like I addressed the main points, the typical unusual falsehood that we are exposed to by our own kinfolks, and we know why they remain in those doctrines. Mainly, besides getting a sense of belonging to something, mainly is because of the financial gain. Some people say money makes the world go around. But it's amazing at what length some might go in order to try to hold on to these different doctrines that we have been exposed to over the centuries, over the decades. So normally I don't like to repeat myself, but like I said a long time ago, when people keep repeating the lies and we have to keep repeating the truth, when people go to their places of worship, they actually repeat the same thing. Nobody bothers them. What's on your mind, brothers and sisters? Some of you might have known about the channel for a long time or previous channels. Feel free to come and say what's up. Feel free to holler at me. Let me know what's good. Let me know what's popping. Now, this Black Lives Matter, we first found out that, if I'm not mistaken, the two ladies that's heading the movement have purchased, or is it one of them? Well, at least one of them bought $1 million house in some suburbs. Now, recently, people obtained tax information, and millions of dollars were also spent on the family members and partners. And it is such a shame. And mainly it's because people love to follow trends. They love that. When there's a challenge, and if one or two celebrities happen to engage in that challenge, and people will follow suit. You remember the planking challenge, for example? We have less challenges than before. Now we kind of have more challenge about, TikTok and different dance moves. So most of the time it's really ladies. And because the Black Lives Matter was trending and people felt like, okay, this is a legitimate movement and stuff like that. Now there's the movement, and then there's the organization, probably registered as non-profit or something like that, but millions poured in. And It's such a shame indeed because we have organizations that have been there for the longest, and if they would have had the funds, then they could have come up with some centers. There could have been some real change rather than $1 million houses being bought and family members being laced with millions of dollars. It's such a shame, and that's because mainly it was a trending topic, so people just roll with it. It makes me think of how people roll with claims where people said that they can cure all kind of disease and stuff like that. I mean, we have a lot of people who are extremely gullible. You just need to make a claim, and that's it. They will believe it. They will believe it, and they will go out of their ways to try to make excuses, try to make explanation, rationale as to why this claim is likely to be correct. We have a lot of people who are extremely, extremely gullible. Whenever something sounds good, and that's it, they go for it. You know, that's why we have doctrines today that basically, that are basically necrophobic, anti-black, anti-African, and those doctrines they are being spread. They are shared by black folks with necrophobic, anti-black, and anti-African teaching, and that's something. And it's been going on for a while. So numbers matter a lot, indeed, matters a lot. The biggest problem is still defense writing. That's still the biggest problem. That's why traditional practitioners, people who are not into the Abrahamic belief system, people who are not Eurocentric or Asian centric, because they have too many fence riders in their ranks. That's why the movement is not moving. And the lack of standard, the lack of moral, the lack of discipline as well. Even though in other movements they will talk about discipline, they will try to act like they're displaying discipline on the low. I talked about it before. I ain't gonna front. Almost on a daily basis, I think about those Pan Africans who defend rapists and pedophiles, and I can never get over it. Hey, Banita. I sure what black folks don't like to read, sad to say, it's a reality. Greetings again. I hope all has been well with you and all the brothers and sisters. I'll ask my first question. What does Hotep mean? Not to change the subject. No problem at all. Now, like I said many times, whenever you see me live streaming, brothers and sisters, no matter what the title says, you are free to address anything. Now, Hotep really initially had the meaning of offering. You make an offering to a deity, the deity is satisfied or appeased. So then it also has the meaning of peace. So Hotep is mainly used as a greeting. But this is a real world. I'm sorry. This is a real word that is found on the walls, on the stelae, on papyri. And sadly, the majority of people who greet Saint Hotep, they will not even know the glyph that means Hotep. But hopefully that will change over time. So Hotep peace, just like shalom means peace, just like salam means peace. And we know very well that nobody will make fun of the words shalom and salam. But some people, for a while, have actually made fun of the word hotep. Some people pronounce it hetep because the transliteration for hotep is actually HTP. That's a H with a dot underneath. And the convention of Egyptology is to add the vowel E between two consonants. Hence why they pronounce it hetep. But most likely, because of the Greek, people will know that the first sound will probably be a O sound, just like what we call sen, meaning brother, is son in Coptic. Brothers and sisters, I thought there would be enough people to have a few groups. But I came to realize that most people are not ready yet. So there's a few people, and I just need a few more people for one group, just one group. Then either the people will, recommend classes whatsoever, but I will not try to, look for other groups at this point. So I understand, and now it's your opportunity. There are the people who have subscribed for the classes. Oh, we have Kunsu work. Hotepsen. I love to see that. I love to see that. Hotepsen. I'll be so happy to see that more often. People come up with some, transliteration of Medu. But I understand, brothers and sisters, now is the opportunity for you to learn the Medu. Some people get the private one-on-one class because they registered a while ago, but it's just best for me to come with that group. And you will be extremely lucky because not only the class, once again, Saturday, 11 p.m. EST, not only I will have way more time than the normal hour for the class, but as you know, I'm back at uploading videos from different museums in the world, or let's say in different countries. So that will be a way for you to practice. And whenever I have time, just like now, and I'm live streaming, we can even go into the Medu. So whoever's learning now, whoever is registering for that group is very lucky. And besides, there's no you pay as you go. So it's $10 for an hour class minimum, an hour minimum. If you don't want to continue, you don't have to. You're not paying like for 10 classes in one go. You're not paying $100 for 10 classes. You just pay for one class. You see? And I know that whoever's interested in Medu will definitely like it because you will get to learn very fast. So there's no obligation. There's no credit card. You just pay using PayPal or Cash App, though I prefer PayPal. So you have a great opportunity, No disrespect to anybody else, but, I wouldn't mind just having 10 people when I'm live streaming and we go over the Medu. We have Mr. Untouchable. I think we spoke before, didn't we? Well, at least I saw this avatar before. So see this opportunity, brothers and sisters. And it's very affordable. Like I said before, some people charge $50 for a class, $50 for an hour class. Mr. Untouchable said, yes, we did. Well, feel free if you have any comments or questions. And by the way, like I said before, whenever I'm live streaming, no matter what the title says, you are free to address any topic. And even for those who don't agree with me, you are free. You can use the chat or you can get on a panel if you don't mind showing your face and we can talk about it, Some of you might not know how it goes down this channel. Well, put me to the test, and you will see there's no rah-rah stuff. People have the right to disagree. Usually it's very respectful, you know, so usually there's no problem. And I don't have a problem saying I don't know. So some people, would rather die than saying I don't know. So sometimes they come up with some very exotic claims. I like this expression, it's a nice euphemism. So, brothers and sisters, if 7 people are ready to get on board, and we good. Just 7 people. Mr. Untouchable is asking, do you know about African religions other than in Kemet, preferably West Africa? Yes, I do. So is there somebody that would like to learn the Medu nature? His channel is called Ma'at Forever. Ma'at is tied to Kemet. Every day, I upload videos showing artifacts from Kemet. So every day you see some Medu nature. Mr. Untouchable says, I will be very interested in the class on the Ifa religion. I don't do that. I do Medu nature classes. And by all means, brothers and sisters, of course, I prefer that, people don't go and join the classes just to make me happy. You got to have some interest. The longest empire that we know of, one of the earliest writing systems that we know, if not the earliest, the mother of the Greek and Latin alphabet, the Medu nature. And when it's time to learn it, here's the result. I really want to finish with this group here. 7 brave souls. Seven brave souls. Now, Consul Work says, I'm on board with Cash App. Great, brother, if you don't mind, send an email to me. So it means now we need 6 brave souls. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, we could get this thing cracking starting this Saturday. I'm sorry, this Friday. Friday, it will be Saturday for me because I'm in Europe. Friday, 11 p.m. EST, New York time. Here's my email address so I can add you on the list. There's another brother, actually, I've been looking for his email. I've been looking for the message. I couldn't find it. He's a French speaker, but he speaks English as well. So he said it'd be cool. But I remember, though, that he's in France. So 11 p.m. EST, which is 5 a.m. here. I don't think you'll be ready for that. Now, all the people so far are ready for the classes. They are in America. I wouldn't mind having some people from Africa and different parts of the world, England, Canada, South America. So whenever you're ready, come to work, feel free to send an email to me to let me know. In assuming that Council Work sends an email to me as I'm live streaming, then we only need 6 brave souls. And when I have the 6 brave souls, then I email everybody who said that they are down for the classes, and they will just have to make the payment upfront. And then when they make the payment, whoever makes the payment receives the link for the chat. I mean, for the chat for the class, and that's it. Now the classes are private, brothers and sisters. I think I've said that before, but people will not see the class on YouTube. I would really like to get this learner's chase over it, over with. Sorry, to be honest. But I think that people can put up some glyphs of an arm and say it means Allah. And people are wondering if it's true or not. I'm like, dang. That's the level. That's the level of the conscious community. The weirdest claims gets get the most attention. The weirdest claims. Now we have to keep it real. I was going to single out one school of thought. I'm changing my mind. But there's a lot of philosophies, and people have spent quite some money and they haven't learned any skill. Learn the better nature. You can share it with your family members, with your children. You can read the text directly from museums, artifact, books, stelas, papyri. The classes are a great introduction, and then whenever you feel ready, you can, get some books and take it further. It's very difficult to learn alone. I know some people who told me they would learn the better nature over 15 years ago. 15 years later, nothing. So we have so many Kemetic people who cannot read 2 glyphs. There's only one glyph that they know. It's Ankh. That's the only glyph they know. Which means that they cannot read Amen. They cannot read Ra. Can you imagine a Muslim who cannot read or recognize the name Allah? Can you even imagine that? You have Muslims around the world who can recite the Quran and they don't even understand Arabic. They don't even know what they are saying. For some, it's commitment because it was willingly that it to that endeavor. Now others were forced. And most time I talk about the meta nature, there's no participation. And I thank those who are not interested in the meta nature for not faking the funk. I thank you for that. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to. I come to work. Do you think you'll be able to send that email to me? Maybe I will. Maybe I will give her for that group. There's no participation, and how long will I seek new learners for that group when it's already been a little while now? But if people don't get on board, they will miss. They will miss. It's a great opportunity to take now. Now, to all those who have shown interest, I'm sorry if the group don't happen, but there's just not enough people. Like I was saying, I'm looking for 10 people. And out of the 10, a few will probably not continue. And what's a shame is that now there's one sister who actually recommended the class to another sister. So the other sister is just not ready yet. Besides that, unless I'm mistaken, unless I can't recall, out of all the people who took the classes, there hasn't been another person taking the class because it was recommended, which shows the reality of us so-called Kemetic people. When I say so-called, understand why. We are so few. And we know lots of people online. The majority of the people we know are anonymous and unidentified. And some feel like, well, we are part of a community, we'll have a whole community, but when we look for people who want to learn, and so many will claim that they know the Meta Nature already, but when people come and show a glyph and say it means Allah, we don't hear them. The people who don't speak out, they're not really, they don't really have much use for the movement. What's the point when people diss the Kemetic culture, when they diss Kemet, when they diss Ma'at, and they are silent, even being anonymous and unidentified, they will not even take the time to write a comment. The Abrahamic believers, they have many people on deck ready to just type their fingers up on some Twitter finger tip to defend their belief. But with us, you can't come and say this.
It will be. It will be a book. Wrote Kemet God. If you want to get off sensitive, come on, go ahead. About blacks, conquering blacks. Throw Maya in the trash can. Throw out this rock, the slave making God away.
And all those Kemetic people will be silent. And that's a PhD who said that. An Asiatic black man PhD. The same one who said that Black history degree is BS degrees. That's a conscious community for you. Now, when he said that Black history degree is BS degree, I saw at least one scholar of Black history. Apparently, he's a PhD, and he spoke out about that. And that's about it. The CC people talk about rise in the Egyptian text, who talk about Allah is a volcano, who talk about Chem after a name doesn't mean black, it's a title. And they haven't opened their mouth about a statement like that. But they're not the only one. I'm not trying to single out just pseudos. I wish people would have more heart. Speaking out doesn't mean going to work. Sorry. Speaking out doesn't mean going to war. Speaking out doesn't mean disrespecting other people. Even anonymously, most people don't speak out. I read some people talk about, well, you commissions. Oh, you guys talking about Kemet. It's the white man who brought you Egyptology. And in their mind, it's only white people who are scholars. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And their information mainly comes from Europeans, Caucasians. Even though they will have you believe that the Abrahamic belief system was brought forth by some black people, which is laughable, but that's the way they get down. The conscious community is an illusion. It's a feel-good virtual platform, a melting pot where everything goes. The conscious community have been there for quite a long time. What has come out of it? I'm reading and hearing the weirdest claims ever, almost on a daily basis. And I'm usually wondering, when will people make sense? When will people speak out regarding spookism, regarding unfounded claims, regarding linguistic acrobatics and linguistic gymnastics? People making stuff up like it was a national sport. Oh my. Feel free, brothers and sisters, give me something to flow about. You can do it in the chat. Now, if some people want to get on the panel, I'll share the link as usual. It's in the chat. It says invite link. But you must show your face. Not your picture, but your face. Basically, you must have a webcam. A camera. I did send the email to work. It's the previous message. But I share it again. Bravo, Oscar, Sierra, 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 Tango, Yankee, Lima, Yankee, X-ray at msn.com. bossstylyx at msn.com. So it's best to copy and paste it. This way you will avoid any mistake. Oh, looks like I've received an email. There it is. Well, the brother doesn't play any games. Yeah, I sent payment for 5 classes. trouble is that we don't have the group. Brother, can you please send me your PayPal email address? Because if we don't have the group, I will have to refund you. Please send me the address you use for PayPal. That's a motivated brother. Reminds me of another brother who actually first sent the payment for a class, and after the first class, he actually did the same. He sent a payment for 5 classes. Yes, no problem. Take your time, Brother Kunsu. Oh, you know what? I think I'm just gonna send it. I wish I had more people though. I think I'm gonna send the stuff to. We're gonna start. Instead of having 10 people, we won't even have 5. We'll have 4. In the meantime, send your messages, brothers and sisters. I'm thinking, I was actually thinking, should we start this Friday or next Friday? I think we will start this Friday. I think we will start with it this Friday. So, Brother Kunso, I'm waiting for your email, and I will send you the class link, and I will send a message to the other people who want to learn the Meta Nature. So it will be Friday 27. Ten people was apparently too big of an expectation. We're gonna start now. Email above. Email above. I don't see an email. I don't really understand what you mean, brother, when you wrote the email above. There's no email in the chat, Brother Kunsu. But you don't have to share your email in the chat. You can just send an email to me. People don't have to know your email address. Now, makes me smile because a lot of time I'm thinking, we have those people who come, they don't participate, they just wait. I'm sending the email to the people who showed interest to let them know it's going to be on this Friday. Bonita, just wait a minute, please. I'm just preparing that email, and I will go through your comments. And if anybody else have any questions or comments, then feel free. Um, okay, now Bonita is asking, so exactly what role did Ma'at play? Did she create religion, or was the laws just a guide to live by? Now, there is Ma'at the deity, or Necheret, that's a feminine for deity. Now, we do have masculine and feminine for words in Middle Natures, just like we do in French. Um, a car is feminine, a truck is masculine. So we have that in the Middle Nature, feminine and masculine world. And English is different. You have object and that's it, no gender. So you do have genders, however, for people, male, female. So Ma'at is a female god or goddess. That's why I said Necheret. But anyway, you have the deity and you have the principle. Just like with Ra, you have the deity, the Necher, and you have the sun disk. So deity is a goddess of, just like we have the Naya. the river, Ithru, and you have the Netzer, Happy, the god, the Nile. So you have the goddess of truth, justice, equality, and so on, balance, order. And you have Ma'at being the rule, being the cosmic order, and so on. The opposite of Ma'at being Isifet, the chaos, the disorder. When you have that judgment scene, where are I've done on my other computer. No, what better could it be than the British Museum, where that artifact is located? Pirates of Annie, British Museum. Have it in the chat. I'm going to share the screen. Oh, it's a bit sensitive there. I wish I could put this to the. Is it large enough? I don't know if my cursor shows, but you have the judgment scene there. On the top left, this is Ani. That is his Peret M. Heru, or Book of Coming Forth by Day. Here we have Inpu or Anubis, as the Greek called him. Here we have Jehuti or Thought, as the Greeks called him. And we can see him holding what we will call today a pencil. And he's also holding the scribe's palette. So it looks like he's making record of the scene. Now, on the scale on the left, you have a heart. This is a glyph for heart. On the right, you have a feather. Most people say it's the feather of Ma'at. So it must be equal. If it's not equal, you have Amit here, the devourer. So way back in the day, they knew that they were supposed to do Ma'at, to act according to the law. Otherwise, they will face the devourer, and they will not get into the Duat or the netherworld. So the society had morals, standards. And there's, of course, the maxims of Ptahhotep, the wisdom of Ptahhotep, usually described as the oldest book in the world. That will be The number one book from Kemet that I will recommend. That version here by Christian Jacques has the hieroglyphic transcript. Now, French speakers are a bit more lucky because on top of the hieroglyphic transcript and the translation, of course, I mean, first you have the English text, then you have the hieroglyphic transcript with the translation at the bottom. The French speaker, if they get the book by Christian Jacques, they even have the transliteration, so it's a shame that they made the English translation and did not put the transliteration. Now, yes, that's about it. So I want to see if I have contacted that person here. Um, one person that I forgot to contact. Okay. Yeah, I forgot that one. So we have 5. I would add that one. Actually, I would add it in the contact. Contact. Feel free if you have comments or questions or if you want to get on the panel. My brother Kunz, I still haven't received your email address. There's no rush, but the earlier the better. To scare the crap out of me. Oh no, I already had it. Okay. I already had it. Okay. Kunsu said there's a problem and I can't send an email to your email address. You try this one, brother. Is that an error message that you're getting? You try this one. You can just copy and paste it. I will reply to your message. You said, Benita, I'm just finishing that email. Okay. Well, boom. So if you hear me talking about the classes, it will be until Friday. Now, Kunsu, please be a bit more prolific with me. When you say nope, I don't know what you mean. Now, Simple copy and paste to test your email. See not work. How about you send me an email? I can send you an email, no problem at all. Just give me your email address. You know, if you don't want to put it on the chat, send me a private message on Twitter. I've sent the Twitter there. I also have a TikTok account. It's the same. It's my art forever. Same for Facebook. My art forever. Oh, I get it. I guess it doesn't work. It's probably YouTube who's preventing you from putting your email address. If you don't mind, can you type it and put with words dot and then basically .com with letters DOTCOM, or at Gmail, for example, if you use Gmail, or just Gmail, because nothing shows actually. And I think if you have a look, well, I don't know, maybe for you it shows, but there's nothing that shows there for me in the chat. We'll get through this. Hey, we have Moorish World TV. Mr. Saddam Hussein was melanated, and Osama bin Laden was melanated. Oh, you're saying still waiting on your email, brother? You told me you would invite me. I presume you're not free tonight, are you? And that's to talk about the meta nature, right? We're supposed to set up a show. Can we do this before Friday, brother? Five p.m. EST. Basically, I think it is 5 p.m. EST now. I'm in New York. Yeah, it's 5 p.m. Well, let me know. The email back and forth is it's a bit annoying. So just pick a day. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Well, actually, it's okay anyway. Can you do it tomorrow, brother? If you can, let me know. If you can't, it's all good. Um, Let me check my Twitter. Now, course of work. If you want, you can get on the panel. Use the link. You don't have to show your face. Then you can send a private message to me. You can send an email and a private message. I really want to get this done. Now I'm on Twitter. There's nothing there. Now let me go to the question. Vanita is asking, how did you get on the path to learn all that you have learned? Being that we choose whatever we want to be and do in our own lives. I was always interested with history. And the more I study history, the more I realize that the Abrahamic belief system tales are not factual. And many scholars will use the word folklore, which is a nice euphemism for fiction. And Kemet is extremely documented. It wasn't easy to detach myself from the Abrahamic belief systems because it has a hold on you. But when one is a lover of truth and truth are facts, then one doesn't have the choice to come to the right conclusions or the only conclusion available according to what the data allows us to say. There will be a new museum added to the list, and you will see. For those who know me by now, I prefer to show when it's done. So you will see. It's coming quite soon, actually. I emailed you, Mosh World TV. I basically said the same thing that I just said earlier. But maybe you're no longer here. Maybe you bounced. Couldn't say we need to find a solution. Check your Twitter. Thank you. Let me check it now. I'm in my private messages and I don't see anything. Let me close it and reopen it. I haven't got anything, brother, on Twitter. If you have a Twitter, send it to me. It's complicated. Can you send your Twitter account? Well, you know what, brother Kunsu, please get on the panel. Just click the link. You don't have to show your face. This way, you'll be able to send me a private message. You'll be able to send your email address to your private message. It'll be the easiest, really. And I'm going to share the link again. There it is. Invite link. There it is. I'll share the invite link, so please use it. Once again, you don't have to show your face because you just want to send me a message. It'll be the quickest way. So we can get this over with. Maybe there's some delay on Twitter. Maybe I will receive your message later on, but for the time being, I don't have anything. And so, are you still there, brother? Lucky me, I remembered my Facebook password. Here's my Facebook account, brother. Feel free to send me a message there. Facebook.com/my. Hey, I got your message, brother. I just replied. There it is. So I'm copying it due to my contact. Don't worry, you'll be able to reply to my email. So, uh, please send me. Have you received my email now, brother? Have you received it now? Can you imagine? Maybe I have several people send me some, try to contact me and it wouldn't work. But I think people would have told me anyway in the chat. Not yet? Okay. Make sure to check your refresh. I don't get any error message, so I think it went through. Usually when it doesn't go through, I get the error message like seconds after. Yes, it's me. Yes, it's me. Please reply anything. So I'm going to send the link to you for the class. Now. I'm done it. This I remove. Can you hear me, Brother Kunsu? I can access YouTube until. Oh. No, I haven't. That message. Cool. Oh, yes, you can hear me. Great. Have you received the email now? I'll send the link to you. We have a French speaker, Vanessa. Je vous salue. Salut, Vanessa. Sois libre si tu as des questions, des commentaires. So let me know, Kunsu, have you received the email link? I mean, the link that I've sent on the email. It's a class link for Friday's class, 11 p.m. EST. Have you, Brother Kunsu? Vanessa's asking, do you remember me? Was in chat before. I don't remember, you know. But feel free with your comments or questions. Great. Kunsu have the link. That's great. Great, brother. I'll see you Friday. Great. That's lovely. Okay, I can close Facebook. And now let's focus on the chat. Keep it going, brothers and sisters. You know, when there's no more participation, and I'll put an end to the live stream. So Nessa is about to ask a question, and then we'll see what's up. Come on, brothers and sisters, take advantage. You might notice you see me live streaming less than before. If any of you want to get on the Matter Nature group class and feel free to send an email to me. If 11 p.m. EST suits you, then feel free to send the $10, and I will send the link directly to you. It's like our brother Kunsu did. He actually paid for 5 classes straight away. He's very serious about it. So Vanessa is a Creole speaker. Feel free with your questions. Regrette-moi te gen yon problème internet. Mwen te pose question. Ki kote ou sorti? Non, pas songe ou. Pas songe ou. Pas songe ou. Vous voulez poser une question, vous voulez dire un bagay ou mettre aller. You're American, but you're of Haitian descent, obviously. Maybe we spoke a long time ago. I'm very sorry I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but feel free. Feel free. Gen compatriotes. Now, um, Vanessa wrote in Haitian Creole that there's a YouTuber. I don't even want to say the name, but the name is written, and he's always talking about me. uh, and he told Vanessa that I don't know anything, and that I am a hotep. There's nothing wrong with being a hotep, but being a hotep is not even grammatically correct. But Vanessa, that dude is anonymous and unidentified, and I told him many times that he's welcome to call in, but he's too scared to show his face. So he lives in a virtual world, and he has a right to. So this dude feels like he's indigenous to America. Is into that 12 tribe chart. That this is a fanciful thing, and yeah, he has a problem. I found my information. Mon nom misé. Pas comprendre, ça veut dire là. Why don't you just write in English? Why don't you just write in English? But for your information, Vanessa, this dude is coming on the platform every now and then, but he's always anonymous. So I always tell him the same thing. When you're ready to show your face, you'll be welcome on the panel. But back when I wasn't requiring people to show their face in order to get on the panel, he called him a few times. You know what I'm saying? And back then I saw he made several shows about me and other people, and sometimes I scroll through, listen to a little bit, and that's it. You know. Brothers and sisters, we should be wary of anonymous and unidentified people. Most of the time, it's just a waste of time. Why follow anonymous and unidentified people? So Vanessa is asking, do I think black people are indigenous to the Americas? No, I don't. I think that black people descend from Africa, like most scholars who deal with anthropology will say. Not only they will say that black people are descendant of Africa, but they will tell you that life, human life, started in Africa. So then some people claim to be indigenous to America. They will say some dates, like very ancient dates, but for a strange reason, we don't see no remnants of Native American vocabulary, contrary to what you can find in different languages of people who were brought to the Americas. You have some remnants of different African words. I don't think we have that in a collective memory. Of course, there's some black people who have been claiming to have some Indian blood, because at one point it wasn't cool to be descended from Africa. So people will, claim to be descended from anywhere really. And before the MSTA movement, we didn't have that many people claiming to be indigenous to America. So some people wanted to be American so bad that they just started talking about, we're descendant of America. And if they feel that way, no, so be it. If they really feel that way, so be it. I'm not trying to change their mind. It looks to me like they need more people. Hey, Kemetic people, we're not that numerous either, but we're just not delusional. Just not delusional at all. And what they like to do is to just show pictures of Native Americans, who have some tan, and they're like, there it goes. There goes the black Native Americans. The same people who actually own black people as slaves. To each his own, man. To each his own. Oh, my bad, Kunsu. First, you did write that comment. What can talk about Hermopolis creation story? I'm not too familiar with the Hermopolis creation story. But no, Hemenu, okay. But in the class, we'll go through the Ennead. So we will see the gods of that creation story. And Kunsu added the city of 8, Hemenu. Can you speak on it? Well, it is the same word for 8 indeed. Just like the Ennead is Pasajet, and Pasajet is the same word for 9. But I'm really familiar with the Ennead. Started with Atum. There are a few creation stories. There's one with Ra dwelling in the noon, primordial water, and he brought himself into life by speaking or spitting. But no, I'm not really familiar with the creation story of Hermopolis or Hemenu. I received an email. Oh, great. One of the brother, okay, I will send the link to him. He has sent the money on PayPal. So let me send the link to you, brother. You see, some people are like that. They're straightforward, and that's it. Efficient, right to the point, straight to the point. So Sister Benita, are you still there? I hope you'll be able to make it on Friday. I've sent the email to you as well as the other people who showed interest. So, to the brother who just sent the PayPal to me, I've sent the class link. If there's any problem, if you have not received it, then let me know. All right. I'm pretty sure would have received it because earlier I've sent the email to him just like the others, so should be okay. Brothers and sisters, are there any other people who want to get on the group class this Friday? If they are, then feel free. If you know some people want to learn the middle lesson, then let them know. Many will regret because at the time they will want to learn the medal from me. They might say that, I won't have any availability for a while. So don't be one of those who will ultimately regret and think, well, I should have started. I should have registered. I should have signed up. I should have got on board. Now, if you have any questions or comments about anything else, brothers and sisters, feel free. Vanessa, are you still there? Do you think that Black people are indigenous to the Americas? I'm just curious. And not just Vanessa, but anybody else. Is there anybody here that believe that or consider that Black people are indigenous to the Americas? We have some brothers who say that slavery did not happen, the transatlantic slave trade. Others will say it happened, but very, very low numbers. Because I will have a few questions to whoever feels like Black people are from the Americas. And when I say Black people, I don't mean necessarily all Black people who live in America, of course. Some people came up with a great talking point of show us the boats that brought the Africans to the Americas. As if they can show us the boats that brought the Europeans to the Americas. It's sad when people will be in such denial. Who wants to learn the method nature? Or else then feel free. I have a little bit of time left. Do you want to hear supreme wisdom? While I go and refresh myself with some cool beverage, non-alcoholic, for the record. Let's listen to some supreme wisdom according to the conscious community.
So Shabazz was not permitted to stay in that area, so he took his family into the jungle of East Asia, which we now call Africa, to make a people close to nature. And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, this is the origin of kinky hair, because we didn't have kinky hair prior to that. The hair on our head was like the hair on our eyebrows. The hair on your eyebrows straight, the hair on your head is not the same as the hair on your eyebrow. But the hair of every other people is the same as their eyebrow. Your eyebrow straight, your hair something different. Wouldn't you like the hair on your head to be as straight as the hair on your eyebrow? That's why you so busy frying it. That's why you so busy pulling it. Because your nature tells you that the kink I mean, you know, with I'm black and I'm proud, we got to learn to be proud of kinks. Because most of your family of other black people on the earth, jet black. They didn't have no broad nose and thick lips and kinky hair. They were dark-skinned people, jet black. But they had straight hair, a thinner lip, a thinner nose. But we are marked as a different kind of black person. And we were rejected and despised, not only from the circle of the gods, but we were despised and rejected by all the other dark people of the earth. This is why today black people with kinky hair and broad nose and thick lips are rejected in every society. I want you to hear me well tonight.
Yes, sir.
Why are we rejected? Because the essence of beauty is in obedience and submission to God. And the essence of ugliness is when you rebel against God. And when you rebel against God, in your rebellion, you are marked with a certain mark of your rebellion, which is the disfigurement of your internal self, which manifests in the disfigurement of your external self. And this is why when you look at our people, wherever we are found on the earth, you find us either disfiguring ourselves physically because we are disfigured on the inside because of rebellion.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Let me change the title of this video so that people know that it's on now. Group class will start this Friday. The brother has replied to my email. He has received it, so that's good. Now I'm going to change the title of this video. Boom. So should we call it a day, brothers and sisters? Nobody else has any questions or comments? Do you agree with what you've heard? Do you agree that we are marked and disfigured because we rebelled against God? Do you agree that this is supreme wisdom? Do you agree that this is right and exact? This is the conscious community. Do you agree with that? Is that what you're going to teach your children and nephews and nieces? That they are marked and disfigured and that their physical appearance is the essence of ugliness? Is that what you're going to teach your family members? Is this what's cool in the street? Are you going to teach them the Asiatic black man's original tongue, which is French? Did you know that French is the original language of the Asiatic black man? Did you know that the Asiatic black man movement derived from two white men, two Caucasians? They started the whole Asiatic black man movement by way of Freemasonry, by way of the Shriners, and I explained all that in a video called Deception of Asiatic Black Man. Now, Kunzu wrote that it is foolishness, and I agree. It's foolishness to teach. And you see, you have the very famous speech by Malcolm X, where he's asking, who taught you to hate yourself? Don't get me wrong, Malcolm X believed in the stuff that we heard, not the exact same word, but the same doctrine and teaching. I've already shared the audio excerpt where Malcolm X said that, we didn't have kinky hair. But you heard, who taught you to hate yourself? Now, one person's asking, who taught you to hate your nose?
Who taught you, please, who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
Who did? All right. I have a little bit of time left. So I'm waiting. And when it's all said and done, I'll keep it pushing. When it's time for the people to put up, they don't. Then they will get in the comment section and talk that good stuff. Where are the Kemetic people? See, they love it when they are into that feel-good society, feel-good community. And basically they don't know how to do any studies. And they can just claim to be from such and such camp. Sometimes they don't choose a camp, they're into that melting pot thing. They're everything and everything at the same time. Some of you in 10 years from now are going to feel funny. The French Pan-Africans and French-speaking Pan-Africans, not just those in France, they've been defending rapists and pedophiles, and 10 years later, and nothing popping for them. They were so weak. They allowed themselves with negrophobic people and thought they would get money, they would get paid, they will be balling, and none of that's happened. So all those people now who are cool with negrophobic and anti-black teaching, and 10 years from now, they will not feel so proud. I'm telling you. Negrophobic, anti-black, anti-African teaching should not be accepted. That's not rocket science. Should not be accepted, particularly from by black people. Same people who talk about knowledge of self, they teach hate of self. They teach self-hate. And like I've said plenty of time, the only two scholars that I really recall speaking out against this anti-black teaching are John Henry Clark and Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinan, known as Dr. Ben for sure. They're the only two. And we have a whole line of scholars who have not even said a word. And it's to the point where you ask people, what do you think about this? I only have one brother who replied, people don't even have the courage to say what they think about what they've heard. They don't even have the courage to say, I don't agree. They don't even have the courage to say, I disagree. They don't have the courage to say, I don't share that sentiment. They don't have the courage to say, I'm not of the same opinion. And for the most part, you have all those people, the typical conscious community, full of anonymous and unidentified revolutionaries. They're the people who claim that, they will fight, that they are in a struggle for the betterment of our people, and they cannot even say, I disagree with anti-black and anti-African teachings. It's an illusion. It's a smoke screen. I'm not talking about classes now. I'm not talking about learning a language. I'm talking about black people who claim to be proud, and when they hear anti-black and anti-African teaching, they cannot even say, I disagree with that. And some people feel like they are not Africans. That's clearly anti-black teaching. Where are they? Those indigenous black Americans. What is their stance on that? People are so brave, so courageous. Who agrees with what we've heard? First, I ask, what's your take? What's your stance? What do you think? I could have asked who disagree with it, but now I'm asking who agrees with it. Now, who disagrees with it? Some people have the nerve to say this was taken out of context. Some people in Europe and in Africa, they follow some very strange doctrine just because it comes from America. suit themselves. No geographic location should have a precedence over another one. Especially when it comes to Black history. The future generation will look at you sideways, brothers and sisters, because those things are greatly documented now. It's not like in the past. They will see you, brothers and sisters. They will read what you stated. They will see, they will witness your silence in the face of anti-Black and negrophobic teaching. Many of you would love to tell your children, well, I was a straight-up soldier for the cause. But they will see. We have Olga E. Lopez who wrote, I am with you, my brother, let the truth be known. I appreciate that, you see. I appreciate that. But the majority seems to be cool with this anti-Black and anti-African teaching. It's all good. I'm used to it. It's nothing new. It's just another example for the future generation. Some of you will be old and gray. You'll step to some young brothers and sisters. You tell them, I was down, I used to represent. They will tell you, if you don't get you lying hypocrite behind out of my face, I've seen you. You were cool with anti-Black teaching. That stuff ain't flying with me. A false flagging. If you expect respect from the future generation, that's not the way to go about it. How do you expect them to respect you when you were cool with anti-Black and anti-African teaching? There will be repercussions, brothers and sisters. There will be repercussions. And even for those who are silent. Some people of the younger generation might ask you, did you speak out? Were you cool with that? Why you didn't speak out? But you want to teach me. You've let some anti-Black teaching slide. You want to teach me something about Black history when you don't even have no integrity? You don't have any self-respect? Now you want to break down the moon and the stars to me? And you couldn't even defend your own kind? It's sad. Kunzu work wrote halfway about Hotep said. Hotep said E. E.T. Senuhena Senut. Feel free. The new group class is going to be on. I only have a few days left to announce it. And then we get this thing cracking. I received another email. Oh, no. Okay. No questions, brothers and sisters? No statements? Some people feel like, they're going to allow anti-Black teaching. And, when they get older, people are going to be like, hey, what's up, elder? I saw you was holding it down. I think that people will clap for them. Oh, yeah, he was a warrior. He was a soldier for the cause. In their mind, that's what they think. No, I'm going to be like that. It's not going to be like that at all. They came up with some animation. They taking some artifacts on commit, and then they try to show some, faces, So how most likely they look like back then is crazy. We do have Chris, the place to be. How you doing, brother? Hotep to you. Um, the class will start this Friday. I don't have the 10 people, but there's a few, so I won't have to keep on repeating. It's coming soon. It's coming soon. It's about to happen now. So let the brothers and sisters know if they are interested in learning the Metal Natural Council work. Brother, we thank you for your dedication, knowledge, and wisdom. I appreciate that, brother. And you will definitely get some knowledge starting this Friday. We're going to go deep, brothers and sisters. We're going to get deep in the metal, deep in the culture. We aren't going to let people, freestyle on us. No, it's happening too often. I think I'll wait another 10 minutes. If there's no participation, then I'll call it a day. All right, brothers. I'll put the outro. Stay safe, stay healthy, and if I'm allowed to, brother nature, well, definitely holler back at your hotel. Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Nature classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across, hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge, no question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Nature class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/Ma'at Forever.